Welcome to Vision MBA. Now guys, many students have texted and many are calling and asking me that their scores in the mocks are not improving. What needs to be done so that their mock score get better? And not just that, they also want to know what is that golden number, how many mocks they must attempt or they analyze before the real seat examination. Do they need to buy more mocks or not, and stuff like that. So there were so many questions in regards to that, so I thought let's simply make a video about it and tell each and every student that what all goes in their head and how to get things done. So let's get started. Now the first thing, that how to analyze the mock. Now guys, this question is simple, but at the same time it's quite complicated because people really do not know how to analyze the mock. But then guys, it is also the answer you already know. Now, why this question is still there, why we keep on asking this question though we know the answer of the question, and the answer is simple, that we are not satisfied with our performance and we want to seek answers to the questions which we already know, but in a shorter, crisper, smarter way. Well, there is no shortcut to hard work guys, so let me show you of that. Now, let's talk in Hindi because I know there are many students that are not comfortable in English completely. सो या अब सवाल ये आता है कि किस टाइप से क्या करके ऐसा क्या किया जाए कि आपका जो मॉक का स्कोर है वो बेटर हो, कितने मॉक्स आपको अटेम्प्ट करने चाहिए, नॉट जस्ट दैट, एंड हाउ टू एनालाइज अ मॉक, मतलब मॉक देने के बाद उसे कैसे समझा जाए कि क्या गलती की है, कैसे उस गलती को इम्प्रूव किया जा सकता है. तो इन दिस वीडियो आई एम गोइंग टू टेल ईच एंड एवरीथिंग. नाउ, how to analyze a mock, let's get on to that. But before you analyze a mock, the first thing is that you should have patience. You should have patience to attempt a complete length mock. Now we all know for CET examination it's a 150-minute mock, and for any other examination the timing is different. Now usually what is the case, whenever a student is attempting a mock, they are not attempting the mock sincerely because at back of their head they know that they won't be gauged on this score, and it's okay if they are not goofing, if they are not doing well, and at some point in time they lose the confidence, or if few questions they are unable to answer, they leave the mock then and there. So guys, you are wasting your mock, okay? So make sure that whenever you are attempting a mock, it doesn't matter what goes wrong, it doesn't matter what goes right, you keep on attempting the mock and you make sure that you attempt a complete length mock without getting disturbed or without getting deviated for some reason. It doesn't matter whether the mock is going good, it doesn't matter whether the mock is going bad, you must give your 100% in that mock so that you analyze in the end nicely that what all mistakes you have done. If you're not going to attempt a mock completely, if you're not going to be sincere about attempting a mock, how you're going to analyze it, how you will analyze and understand that what your mistakes were, how you can rectify those mistakes, it's not possible at all. So that's the first point. So make sure that whenever you are attempting a mock, you analyze it completely, but then to analyze it completely you must need to attempt the mock completely, okay? So give your 100%. Imagine that it is the score that will decide your fate to be in a good college or not. So make sure that whenever you are attempting a mock, take it sincerely, seriously, do not get deviated of any fact. That's the first point. Moreover, now after attempting a mock, okay, you write down at that, take a piece of paper, and this is what I usually do whenever I attempt a mock. So what I do is I simply calm down after attempting a mock. I take a chill pill and on a piece of paper I write down what mistakes I did that I could have avoided. Means that where I lose my confidence, where I did a silly error which I shouldn't have done, or I knew that this is what needs, this is how it's to be done, but I still didn't do it because I was not focused enough, or maybe I panicked, whatever the reasons are. I will take a piece of paper and I will write down my errors which I can easily avoid next time. So that is the first thing, okay? That's the first thing I'm going to do after attempting a mock and calming my nerves. That's the first thing. And then I will write those questions that I can sincerely study, or I can do a little bit more than what I have done till then or till now, and get those questions correct. So that's the second part, okay? So the first questions, or the first type of questions, I will focus on what I could have done right but I didn't do it because of my stupid silly errors or whatever the reasons were. The second is I can study a bit more, or maybe few tricks or few ways or formulas or something that didn't make sense at that time, but if I study more about it, I can get that thing right. So that's the second point. Of course, that's the second point. Now the second type of questions. The third is that something, there are going to be many questions which usually I can skip, or something that I cannot do well, and even if I try to do them nicely, it is going to consume a lot of time, a lot of efforts and energy. So what I think, that let me skip these questions and go for the questions which I can sincerely do. Because guys, it's a known fact, I know many people say that they are going to attempt 200 questions in 150 minutes, but trust me, it is utter nonsense. You cannot attempt sincerely 200 questions in 150 minutes. You need to be a superhuman to do that. I have heard people saying and claiming that they attempted 200 questions. Yes, they might have attempted 200 questions, but did they attempt each and every question the way you are supposed to do? That means you understand, you analyze, you solve it, you get the answer. No. Just simply taking an option is not attempting the question sincerely. I hope you're getting my point. And as per me, I have not seen a single person who can attempt 200 questions, considering that you are under the pressure of time, and then you got various types of sections and various types of questions. So guys, this is utter nonsense. So of course you need to find those questions which you can skip, but then skip does not mean that you are going to leave those questions unticked. You are going to select one option, you do elimination method. Elimination method is nothing but you figure out what options could definitely be not the answer. As per me, I have not seen a single person who can attempt 200 questions, considering that you are under the pressure of time, and then you got various types of sections and various types of questions. So guys, this is utter nonsense. So of course you need to find those questions which you can skip, but then skip does not mean that you are going to leave those questions unticked. You are going to select one option, you do elimination method. Elimination method is nothing but you figure out what options could definitely be not the answer, and then you strike them out from the consideration list, and whatever is remaining, based on that you select the option that might be the answer. So that's the second point in this category that you must pay attention to. And in the end guys, okay, when you are at 140th minute or whatever, now maybe let's say, I'm just giving you an example, let's say now only 10 minutes are remaining for the examination to get done, or for 150 minutes to get over, and you are still left with 60 questions to attempt. Now of course you got two options. Either you can sincerely attempt whatever questions you can in remaining 10 minutes, and the next point is that you can straight away go and tick one option to all the questions. I strongly suggest that do the second one, do the later one. Trust me guys, if you tick 60 questions randomly, but that random tick should be on a logical sense basis, that means only one option you will decide depending on how you found that, okay, what kind of questions, what kind of options were making sense or right, and accordingly you tick the options. Trust me, chances are that in the last 10 minutes out of those 60 questions you're going to get more output, you are going to get more questions right. Even if you get 10% right, you still got 6 questions right, okay? And usually at that point in time, in the end, you're anyway mentally exhausted, so your performance dips a lot. So make sure that these few pointers you keep in mind while attempting a mock and while preparing for the entrance examination. Now, the golden question is still at large. How many mocks are required to get that classy score of 140 or classy score of 145 or 138? Well guys, the answer is that nobody has that magical number. I know there are people, they have attempted 50 mocks, 60 mocks, 70 mocks, and they are preparing for the entrance examination from past 4 years, 5 years. Maybe you can call it enthusiasm, passion, or maybe you call it as foolishness, wastage of time, whatever it is. The number is not to define that how dedicated you are or how practiced you are. It is to find your errors. The moment you feel that yes, now you know that what needs to be done, if you know that what all mistakes you were doing and you have taken care of it, and now you are giving your optimum performance, that's the number you should be targeting. Maybe it is 20, 15, 10, whatever. And yes, guys, at Vision MBA, yes, we also provide you mocks. So if you want, you guys can get in touch with us to purchase more mocks if you have already exhausted yours. And yes, coming back to the first point in the video, I've mentioned that whenever you're attempting a mock, make sure that you attempt it sincerely, because if you do not do it, not only you're wasting your time, you are wasting that mock as well. So that mock is a waste. That mock, the purpose of attempting that mock or that purpose or the purpose of analyzing that mock won't be there. Why? Because you didn't attempt the mock you should have. So I hope this video has given you a bit of idea that how to attempt mocks and how to make most of it. Thank you and best of luck, guys.